Hi, I'm Adam Pritchard, Assistant Curator of Paleontology at the Virginia Museum of Natural History, back with another tale of ancient life. Although it's not the tale I originally intended on telling. My first plan was to present the second part of the tale of Doswellia, the crocodile-like animal from the Triassic period of Virginia that I discussed last week. But something came up that is just so bizarre and has stretched my little brain's perception of what dinosaurs should look like beyond where it's ever been before. So instead, this is the tale, with an I this time, of Spinosaurus. Spinosaurus is not the best known dinosaur, but it's an amazing animal. It's one of the supergiant carnivorous dinosaurs on the same scale as Tyrannosaurus rex. This is one of those ones that's as long as a Greyhound bus. Known from the Cretaceous period of northern Africa, Spinosaurus is best known for having a skin-covered sail supported by rods of thick bone that come off of its backbones on its back. Incredibly bizarre-looking creature. Spinosaurus had a star turn in 2001 where it appeared in Jurassic Park 3, shown as a giant running predator battling Tyrannosaurus rex and chowing down on humans and small aircraft. Jurassic Park 3 wasn't exactly the best of the series. I would also note, though, that it did feature Dr. Alan Grant, one of the great scientists in movies, playing with dinosaur toys. Just saying. The appearance of Spinosaurus as a long-legged predator, much like good old T-Rex, has turned out not to be entirely accurate. To find the facts, we need to go to the fossils. The first skeletons of Spinosaurus were uncovered by paleontologists from Germany, led by Ernst Stromer, in the Cretaceous rocks of Egypt. They knew they had something special with an incredibly long, thin rods in their backbones to support that giant sail. But otherwise, they thought they had a pretty big, but otherwise average carnivorous dinosaur, something like Tyrannosaurus or Allosaurus. Unfortunately, studying those first Spinosaurus specimens is kind of difficult because they exploded. During Allied bombings in Munich, Germany in 1944, the museum where the Spinosaurus skeletons were housed was hit, destroying much of their fossil collection, including those precious Spinosaurus fossils. It made further study pretty difficult, until more fossils of Spinosaurus were discovered in northern Africa from Algeria and Morocco in the late 20th century, and it started to get weirder than we thought. For one thing, it had a long and narrow snout, almost crocodile-like, with cone-shaped teeth that also resemble crocodiles, not at all like the slicing teeth of your average carnivorous dinosaur like Allosaurus or Velociraptor. But those skull bones were only the beginning. In 2014, paleontologist Nizar Ibrahim reported a brand new skeleton of Spinosaurus from the Cretaceous of Morocco. Dr. Ibrahim and his team first saw pieces of the skeleton that had been collected by a private fossil hunter in Morocco. They finally managed to find that person who brought them to the site where they excavated much of the rest of the skeleton. What they found made things even stranger. The reconstruction of Spinosaurus they presented was weirder than anyone thought possible. Its legs were short and stumpy for its size, and when they looked at the inside of the leg bones, they were super thick-walled. They didn't have much of a cavity for bone marrow, and that's something you actually see primarily in animals that spend a lot of time in the water, among modern things like manatees. Spinosaurus seemed to have adaptations, including those crocodile-like teeth and snout, and these limb adaptations for spending a lot of time in the water. But the interpretation of Spinosaurus as this aquatic predator by Dr. Ibrahim and his team wasn't accepted completely by the paleontology community. Other scientists have argued that they actually mixed up skeletons, that there were two skeletons of Spinosaurus of various size that they're mixing together to get these weird proportions. So there's an ongoing debate about what Spinosaurus was actually like. And now that's changed again. Just this week, Dr. Ibrahim and his team reported more specimens from that Spinosaurus skeleton, including nearly complete tail. And that makes Spinosaurus even weirder all over again. The fossils of the tail show that it was a very, very tall and side-to-side flat structure that looks, well, like a giant fin. Or you could say the tail of a crocodile. And crocodiles use their tails by flexing them side to side in a sort of S-shaped curvature to move their bodies through the water. But Dr. Ibrahim and his colleagues didn't want to just say, it looks like a crocodile and call it a day. They built models of carnivorous dinosaur tails and used an engineering rig to test them underwater to see how they performed. And the Spinosaurus tail was able to exert more force and thus would have been able to move more efficiently underwater than any other carnivorous dinosaur tail tested. So now we can add a gigantic fin-like tail to the Spinosaurus picture. The debate's going to continue for years to come. It's not over. The new discovery makes Spinosaurus so much more bizarre than we thought originally. A massive tail, crocodile-like snout and teeth, and the crazy proportion and thickness of those leg bones all fit with that swimming hypothesis. Spinosaurus probably spent a lot of time in the water of northern Africa hunting down the car-sized fishes that lived in the lakes and rivers there. We're still missing a lot of bones of Spinosaurus. A lot of the bones of the shoulder, the arms, and the hands haven't been found together with the other bones of the body. We also don't know a lot about how Spinosaurus looked when it was a smaller animal, whether it was always proportioned in this weird way, because proportions change as animals grow. Spinosaurus still holds hundreds of mysteries. And if you become a paleontologist and dig in the deserts of northern Africa, maybe you will discover the next secrets of Spinosaurus, one of the weirdest dinosaurs that ever lived.